Good day, Pirate Skin Enjoyers. Hope you're all doing well. Quite literally 2 weeks ago, I made this video, Pirate Collection sales situation. We were concerned about the amount of sales that the Pirate Tier 3 was having, if you can remember. There was quite a lot, and we were a bit worried. As you can see over here, when I recorded this video, 42,000 sales for the Pirate Face Mask, and 35,600 sales for the Pirate Chestplate. And there's still 3 days to go of that being in the Rust store. So we were worried, but what essentially fueled me to make that video was I was on the Rust workshop, I scrolled down and I saw the reveal of the Pirate Hoodie and Pants being submitted to the workshop. So we then had a discussion talking about whether in the future would the Pirate Face Mask and Chestplate work out alright in the end, if we were to see the likes of the Pirate Hoodie and Pants being accepted. Well, guess what? Pirate Hoodie and Pants were accepted, and what do we see? Comfortably in the positive, the Pirate Face Mask and the Chestplate. Even though this did 57,000 sales, and over here we have 48,000 sales. So, as I talked about literally 2 weeks ago, when we see a new core piece being accepted, or core pieces being Hoodie Pants, Tier 2 1 and Tier 3 armor, if we see a new core piece being accepted, any pre-existing skins that are a core piece are very likely going to spike in demand and spike in price. And what do we see here as we scroll down? As of last week, the Pirate Hoodie and Pants were accepted. Spike in demand, spike in price. Now, yeah, it only went up a certain amount because we are kind of struggling with the quantity issues on the Steam market. 420, that's quite a lot, and we do have the occasional people like this unloading such high stock, causing obstacles, resistance, so it can only go so far, and then it has to go through situations like this, so it's a bit awkward. But again, it's still in the positive. And the one thing I just wanted to show off to you, 373 sales in the past 24 hours. Ridiculous. But that's just the way it is. And it shouldn't be too surprising to see that the Pirate Collection is constantly on the front page. It's constantly being bought and sold and bought and sold. So, everything seems to be working out quite alright for this. Everything seems to be lining up very nicely. Pirate Chestplate, as you can see here, it didn't sell as much, but it hasn't had that much of a problem rising up in price, and it's been a whole lot more comfortable. So this is actually higher in price compared to the face mask, most likely due to the fact that it didn't have as many sales compared to over to here. So, what are we talking about for this video now? Guys, we're here to talk about the hoodie and the pants. Because we now need to figure out, are the hoodie and the pants going to work out as a nice investment in the future? Well, the first things first, we need to point out that, as I said, quite literally 2 weeks ago, I recorded the first video, and as I showed you, I've recorded the sales. So, 42,000 sales here in the face mask, 35,600 sales in the chest plate. Let's compare that with the hoodie and the pants. The hoodie and the pants both have over 36,000 sales. Let's now compare it with the Pirate Collection, because at the moment, it doesn't look like we've got an oversaturation problem within the collection. What are you talking about? Basically, if we saw like Hoodie and Pants having 60,000 sales each already, we'd have a very clear, notable problem. There would be far too many of these in comparison to these, and if you can theorize, the absolute best loadout to run around with would be Tier 3 with the kilt and the hoodie and the pants. So theoretically speaking, at the moment, right, you can only have up to 36,000 complete sets, if you understand what I mean. If there's like, so if we ended up with like 100,000 Pirate Hoodie and pantaloons, there'll be far too many in comparison to the 48,000 chest plates and 57,000 face masks. An excess amount would mean you're very likely to see a whole lot more of them appearing on the Steam market and third-party sites, and people competing with each other to sell them at lower prices so they can actually sell them, therefore devaluing the skin itself. That's a worry. But at the moment, we are perfectly in line with the momentum that the chest plate had 2 weeks ago. We very likely will be having matching sales between the chest plate and the face mask. That seems to be perfectly fine, perfectly in line. It seems to be okay if you still want to go ahead and buy some of these. No problem whatsoever. Also, Tier 2, where's that? We potentially might see it today, next week, and a week after. I wouldn't be surprised. We're pretty much guaranteed to be seeing that at some point in the near future. J has had a 100% track record for having his pirate skins accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it being submitted at some point within this month. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets accepted. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Tier 2 being accepted, would see the likes of the hoodie and pants, and the Tier 3 spike in demand and spike in price. Again, it's just the usual routine with the core pieces. So, with this, at the moment, Everything seems to be fine, all right? If you still want to go ahead and buy some, you can do so. But just keep an eye on SEMM, right? Keep an eye on the numbers and just compare it with what we already have. Now, I should also point out, SEMM can only track so many accounts. Some accounts out there that buy Rust skins are private. It can't see those skins. So just understand that there might be even more face masks and chest plates out there in circulation. We just haven't seen certain people sell their skins yet, if you know what I mean. When they sell their skins, they effectively can be seen then, and SEMM will be able to track it. So, yeah, I'm sure you understand now. Cool. Right. So, let's just start talking about the situation 2 weeks ago when we were discussing what makes Pirate Collection special. Well, it is seen as a Blackout budget version, an alternate version. Like, it's a budget option, because when you see the prices for Blackout skins, as you can see right there, Hoodie, $16. Oh, okay. Blackout pants, $24. Right, so that's $40 plus right there. Do you have $40 for a pair of Hoodie and pants skins? You probably don't, do you? Well, do you have $2 spare for a pair of Hoodie and pants right here? Oh, well, there you go. So you might be sitting there and saying, okay, well, do people actually mix and match collections? Yeah, they do. Budgeting is definitely a thing that happens, as I can show you from what people from my own server have made. Here's the pirate face mask being used with some Blackout skeleton hoodie, just regular black boots. So yeah, people do this. People on a budget are going to try and make sure that they can get just as much without having to spend as much. But here we see the likes of Pirate Collection being shared with, mixed up with the Dragon Rage kilt, for example. And then we got some mixing and matching with the Doodle kilt with Glory boots and whatnot. Is that hard suit gloves? Not a bad idea. So yeah, people do mix and match. So you do have to keep this in mind. People are constantly looking for budget options, and now we should bring up the growing influence of TikTok. There is definitely a video trend where people will make videos showing off ideas in which, yeah, instead of buying this whole collection that might cost $100 or so, instead I found an alternative option which you would only spend maybe $30. Like, they'll show you skins that look very similar, a full kit, that might cost like maybe a third of the price. It's definitely a growing trend for desert camouflage or forest camouflage or snowy camouflage, you know, because desert raiders, forest raiders and whiteout's expensive, isn't it? So people are definitely putting videos out there. I mean, here, I just made a video showing off the camouflage checks for the Elite Crate, which came out not too long ago. And unfortunately, the Forest Raiders burlap set, that was never accepted. So even things like that, people see and they make considerations. Maybe I'll buy this instead of buying the expensive collection. So I wouldn't be surprised if some videos in the future potentially show off Pirate Collection being shown off with it, you know, being mixed and matched with the likes of Dragon Rage. So just get a quick look at the Dragon Rage collection at the moment. How's this doing? You know, going to be mixing and matching maybe with the Hoodie and the pants or the tier 3 or the tier 2, you know. We don't have a kilt at the moment. So people are probably buying the likes of Dragon Rage kilt. Maybe that's why it's $4 at the moment. Ooh, that's actually doing very nicely. Oh, that's doing good. Or you know, we potentially might be seeing Black Gold. Yep, Black Gold collection as well. Cheaper than Blackout, but a little bit expensive here and there. You know, Hoodie and pants a bit pricey. Tier 3 a bit pricey. That kilt right there, $11. Oh. So yeah, people will be mixing and matching. And, of course, the Pirate Collection will constantly be bought and sold. At the moment, it's the cheapest option. And you just cover up those skeleton imagery with the armor. You got no problems there. So would you rather buy the $16 Blackout hoodie, or would you just go ahead and buy this? So we can actually do a nice little comparison here. Here's the Blackout hoodie and pants together. And then we'll just... Oh, sorry about this. Workshop. Get the images. Come on. Where are we? Where's the hoodie pet? No, Hedge, what are you doing? You want to click this. That's what you want to do. Right, here we are. So you get this image. So yeah, you got your pirate hoodie and pants right there. And you've got your Blackout hoodie and pants right there. And don't forget, you might sit there and say, oh, but the white paint, the armor will cover it. But then again, if you're going to use the pirate armor, it's also got the little skulls. But the skulls look cool. People do appreciate the skulls. So yeah. Unless you're super rich and can afford all this, you're very likely going to be mixing and matching with the alternative budget options. Now, there is a second thing that I want to bring up, because if the pirate hoodie and pants actually sell less than a tier 3, we could have a bit of an awkward situation. And the best showcase I have for this is the Berserker collection. Did I spell it right? Yes! Right. So, what am I showing off to you? Do you notice something right here in front of you? No? Well, I'll point it out then. We started off with the tier 3. Oh, well, exactly like the pirate collection. And then we had hoodie and pants. Oh, exactly like the pirate collection. The problem with this, though, is that the tier 3 started it off. But the tier 3, even though it started off the core pieces, it had the most sales. 20,000 sales here, 19,000 sales here. Then we look at the hoodie and pants. Hoodie and pants, 12,000 sales each. Uh-oh. What about the kilt? 12,000 sales. Huh. So the issue is that even though this started off the collection, there's more of these in excess compared to the likes of the kilt and the hoodie and the pants. And therefore, these haven't gone up in price that much. These have gone up in price very nicely. So this is a potential problem that we could potentially see with the likes of the pirate tier 3. It's just something I wanted to bring up. Be cautious, be aware of the situation. But don't forget, we still have tier 2, in the pipeline. If that's accepted, we're still going to see the spike in demand and spike in price. So don't worry too much about it right now. But when tier 2 eventually, hopefully, is accepted, always keep track of the amount of sales in comparison with the whole collection, and then we'll see how that all, lines up. And then we have the tier 2. And funnily enough, we actually have another collection that we could use as a great example, Reptile Hunter. Reptile Hunter this week, literally, or past week, anyway, moving on, quite literally just finished all of the core pieces. Tier 3, hoodie and pants, and tier 2. But do you notice a problem right here? Oh my god. The amount of sales that kilt has already is a big problem. Yeah. So the tier 3 sold 17,000. The hoodie and the pants sold 19,000. 19,000. And the kilt's already got almost 30,000, and it's still got 3 more days in the Rust store. Do you see a potential problem there? Yeah. That's probably going to suffer and struggle. Now, in the future, if we do see Pirate Tier 2 and we see this exact same situation happening, this would definitely be a cause for concern. But the thing is, though, with the Reptile Hunter, a dark green kilt is so sought after for budget Forest Raider sets that still might work out well. These two pieces are kind of screwed. But the same thing could also potentially be said with the Blackout kilt options. If you were to take a look at the likes of Dragon Rage kilt, and then take a look at the likes of Black Gold kilt, and then take a look at the likes of the Blackout kilt, they're all fairly expensive. Dragon Rage is the cheapest at $4. If we see a pirate kilt come out eventually, which, as I said, we hope to see, I wouldn't be surprised if that potentially is the highest selling skin out of all the core pieces. And I wouldn't be surprised if, even though it sells a lot, it very likely still will be in the positive, because, as I said, people are constantly looking for Blackout alternatives, budget options, and so as long as that stays $20 and the Black Gold kilt stays $11 and the Dragon Rage is $4 going up $5, people are probably going to look at the eventual pirate kilt as well. So that kind of sounded a bit odd, but yeah, just understand that we might see some bad things going on in the short term, but we could potentially still see some good things in the long term. But we should be concerned about that if we actually go ahead and see it actually appear and be accepted and blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. So we'll leave that for the future. But as of now, you might be sitting there and thinking, all right, Hedge, you've convinced me. Maybe I probably will go ahead and buy some of these. Again, it's up to you. I can't guarantee that the hoodie and the pants are going to easily be a profit. Maybe we don't see Pirate Tier 2 be accepted. Things like that can happen. Elite Crate never got Tier 2 accepted. That was unfortunate. Hard Suit never got its Tier 2 accepted. So, yeah, please don't forget, things like that can happen. And I know it sucks. It really does. It really does. So keep that in consideration. We might potentially not even see the Tier 2 being accepted. But anyway, let's move on. You're going to sit here and ask, all right, so should I buy this or should I do a buy order? I want to show off something to you very, very simply. When the Pirate Tier 3 became marketable, I actually did a buy order. Where is that buy order? It's right here. Okay, cool. So here is the buy order that I did. I requested 88 pirate face masks and 88 pirate chest plates. And you might sit there and say, well, what does this equal to? This price right here equals to about 97 cents. Yep. Now you might sit there and say, okay, but why did you do that? You could have just bought some from the Rust store. I did. But basically, this account that I did the buy order on was pretty much going to be exhausted. Basically, I cannot add any more money to it. I cannot do any more buy orders on it because it can only do up to 17,000. I essentially did a buy order because I knew in the long term, pirate face mask and chest plate eventually will be going up in the positive in the long term. It's going to be all right for that. So I put a very strong buy order down to keep the buy orders strong on it, keep the value up, and, well, oh, here we are. I gave you a little sneak peek for the workshop skin checks tomorrow. But yeah, I did buy a whole bunch of them. So yeah, you're going to be sitting there and asking me, what does this mean then? You probably are just better off buying them. Because like I said, I did a 97-cent buy order and I still haven't finished it. Have you seen the bulk of these buy orders? Have you seen how strong it is? Now, you can try. You can put your buy order down. Maybe eventually you will be buying some, but just take this into consideration. Look at all the buy orders that we see here around $1. It is heavily built up. It was like this. It was like this before we even saw the hoodie and pants being accepted. All right? And it's for both things, as I show you here. It was very strongly built up and strong. And, of course, when the hoodie and pants got accepted, more demand, more buy orders. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, buying these still works out fine. You could buy them, and you could do a buy order for them. I did that, and it worked out quite all right for me. So, yeah, that was tier 3. So, yeah, just wanted to verify. I bought these, and then I did buy orders on them. And you potentially could do the same for these. But remember, just keep in line. Keep checking to see if the hoodie and pants are in line with these two. But I'm projecting around 50,000 sales for both of these. They are in the Rust store for another 3 days. We'll see how things roll out. I feel like I've said everything that needs to be said. So, yeah. I know this was a bit of a ramble, and this is why I didn't add it to 48-hour analysis. But, yeah. Pirate collection looking strong. And I do believe, if we just go over to here, I don't think Y9J has submitted a pirate skin this week. No, he's taken a break. So, like I said, we might not see pirate tier 2 for quite some time. But this is good. We don't want to spend all our money in such a short amount of time. How many of you bought? Like, this whole week was ridiculous. With the amount of sales I'm seeing for all of these skins, it is ridiculous. But, yeah, it's probably okay to just take a bit of a break. Alright, so guys, have fun mixing and matching. Like, please tell me your ideas for what you might want to mix and match with the likes of the pirate collection. Do you actually want to use the tier 3? Are you going to use the Blackout chest plate instead? Because that's not that expensive. Or maybe you'd rather use the black gold chest plate. Or maybe you'd use the Dragon Rage chest plate. You know? What ideas do you have in store with the likes of the pirate collection? Are you going to be mix and matching or just wear the whole set? It's affordable, you know? Right. Catch you all later. And there's one final thing that I should address. So these concerns I have for the likes of the collection, you know, the sales within a collection, I've talked about this before. You know, I've had experience with this. If you go to my helpful Rust skin investing videos playlist, you can see I've talked about this with the likes of Skullkiller, and I believe there's another collection I'll talk about it as well. So there's a lot of interesting videos here where you learn something new. It's not something I can really talk about for in a Rust Economy 101 video, but you watched all of these videos and you will pick up something new with every single video. So hopefully that's something that you might want to consider. So with that, pirate collection, let's see how you flourish, and we'll just have to wait and see how this all rolls out in the end. Thank you for watching. Let's see how this goes, and I'm really sweaty because it's super hot. Catch you all later. See you and goodbye.